Hello everyone, welcome to my online geography class KSK Geography. Here we are discussing about one of the important chapters of ICSE Geography grade 10, that is water resource. In my last two videos of water resource chapter, we discussed about the sources of water and the rainwater harvesting. And now in this video, we'll discuss the topic where the maximum weightage given from the chapters, that is the irrigation. What is irrigation? Why the irrigation is required, what are the different methods of irrigation, and why different methods of irrigation we practice in different part of India. For that, you need to be with me till the end, right? So let's start the irrigation. What do you mean by irrigation? Irrigation means artificial way of supplying water to the agricultural field. Now, why it is required? First of all, you have to understand one thing that you have already studied in Climate of India chapters, that we have only 4 months rainy season, and that rain also is uncertain and unevenly distributed. So that's why we cannot depend for our agricultural purpose completely on monsoon. Why? Because Indian economy is based on agriculture. So we need to depend on some alternative sources. So our agricultural activity, it will be not hampered. So first of all, we need to know about irrigation. Irrigation means artificial way of supplying water to the agricultural field. Now, different part of India, we have different type of demand. Rainfall is not evenly distributed. And the timing of rainfall in different part of India, as India is a vast country, that is also not fixed. Sometime monsoon come early, sometime it comes late. Now, which time it will come early, due to the over rain, it will create flood, and which time it will come late, so that time there will be droughts. So there are like so much confusion. So for that, we need to depend on such irrigation methods. Go through these points that we have already discussed. Variability in rainfall, unequal distribution of rainfall to maximize production, meeting crops requirement and soil needs. It means different type of crops require different amount of water at different time, as well as different type of soil having requirement of different amount of water. So that's why we need to depend on irrigation, right? Next, these are the methods of irrigation. Remember, the methods of irrigation, those divided into two categories. One, that is the primitive methods of irrigation, or that's called traditional methods of irrigation, and another one is called the modern methods of irrigation. Traditional methods of irrigation, it means that type of practice we are doing from long time, and we have started this practice long time before, and till the date we are practicing that methods, that is the primitive methods or traditional methods of irrigation. On the other hand, modern methods of irrigation we have started recently. These are the advanced technique of irrigation where the wastage of water, it will be less, as well as it will be much more faster, right? So that we have started recently, and in future it will go on in the same way. So there we can see there are two methods of irrigation, primitive methods and the modern methods. Primitive methods, under primitive methods there are two, wells and tanks, and the under modern methods there are two, canals and tube wells. Now here you need to remember one thing. Canals further divided into two types, inundation canals and perennial canals. Inundation canals, that belongs to the primitive methods of irrigation, and the perennial canals, that belongs to the modern methods of irrigation. About those classification, we will discuss all those things in details in the upcoming part. Next one, use of irrigation in small area, that is primitive methods. Modern methods, it can be utilized in larger area, right? Do not need modern machinery for operating this system. On the other hand, modern methods, we require modern machinery to operate the system. Now we'll discuss about the methods of irrigation. Basically, you need to focus on 4 type of irrigations, right? That we are practicing maximum in India. First one, the well irrigation, that is 37% area we are doing the well irrigation. tubewell irrigation, that is 31%, canal irrigation 17%, and tank irrigation, that is 15%. Remember, the area under canal irrigation is increasing day by day due to the multi-purpose river project, right? Initiatives taken by the government. So here you can see, if you will see the overall part of India, so the northern plains area, we are doing mainly the well irrigation, right? So these are the mainly 4 type of irrigation. Now we'll discuss. Let's start first with the well irrigation. Remember, well, you are more or less well known about that things, right? We are a very commonly used part in northern India. So where the water level, it will be within the range of 15 meters. Remember, from the surface, if the water level, it will be within the range of 15 meters. It means where the soft soil, it will be available, and more rainfall it will be there. So in those area, water level it will be within the 15-meter range. Now how will take the water in those area? If you will dig the land, you will dig the land up to 15 meters, so we will be able to get the water. So basically we will dig the land and we will create the vacuum. Now the underground water, and once you will reach up to the underground water level, so the vacuum place, it will be occupied by the underground water, and then we can take out the water easily with the help of bucket. So remember here, the condition is there, the water level should be within the range of 15 meters. Now there are some other advantage also there. What are the other advantage? That it will be easy. Why? Because you don't require any machinery. Manually, if you have very small amount of land, there also you can do it individually without asking permission from anyone else. Now there is a problem. What are the problems? If you will take out the water, the supply of water, it means the amount of water, it will be very less. Now if you have the land less than 2 acres area, so then for those small farmers, it will be very beneficial. But if you have the land, agricultural land, more than 2 acres area, so for that purpose it will be not so useful, right? Because that huge amount of area, the water requirements cannot be fulfilled with the small well, right? So these are the problems of well irrigation. So advantage and disadvantage, that you need to focus. Next one, there will be, here you can see the well irrigation in India, where the soft soil, it means the alluvial soil, and soft soil, it means the alluvial soil, and the rainfall is more. So this area you can do the well irrigation much more. Next one, now as I said, the well irrigation, there is a problem. What is the problem? The water supply, it will be limited and it will be slow, right? And in such areas where the water level, it will be beyond the 15 meters, we cannot dig the land beyond 15 meters. So in that case, we have to use the methods that is called tubewell irrigation. Now remember, tubewell irrigation is the modern methods of irrigation, where what we will do, we will drill the pipe. We'll drill the pipe through the surface. We'll drill the pipe through the surface like that, and once we'll reach up to the groundwater. So it means we can go up to 50-meter depth, right? And if we drill the pipe, so it will not occupy the space. So the area we can use for other agricultural activities or for any other activity. Now once we'll drill the pipeline, through the pipeline we'll be able to take out the water. But remember, here you have to take out the water, we have to use the pump machine, right? So the cheap electric supply is the another requirement. Through the pump machine, if we will be able to take out the water, so with the help of pump, we will be able to take out the water through the pipe, and we can use for our agricultural purpose easily, right? So what are the advantage? Now just see, compare between the well irrigation and tubewell irrigation. The advantage over the well irrigation, for tubewell irrigation, we can take out the water with electricity easily. So we will be take out the water huge amount, and that huge amount of water can fulfill the requirement of large agricultural land. And the best advantage is there where the rainfall is less, where the groundwater level, it will be beyond 15 meters, by within 50 meters. In that area we can do the agricultural activity with tube well irrigation. But there's a problem. As we are using the tube well irrigation much more, so in that way underground water level it will decline day by day, and that it will create huge problem in near future. That's it for today. Now we have two more methods of irrigation left, that is canal irrigation and tank irrigation. For that you need to stay tuned and you need to wait for my next video. Thank you very much.